Hey guys, Cars and Stuff here, back again with another video. Basically what we're doing today is we're just, this is for basically new people to cars. I don't know, like, I know everyone's got to drive, don't they? Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, you've always got to drive. And basically I'm pretty new to like the whole car mechanical thing myself, just to be honest. So basically what I'm going to be doing today is just running through a basic checklist, and it's a very basic checklist of just basically what you need to check before you go out for a drive or you take a car. And this is just, it just helps with basic maintenance and just keeping your car running well. So the first thing we're going to start with would be the battery. And the battery is probably one of the most important components in the car, apart from the engine. Well, actually without the battery your engine can't run. So you know, you've got to make sure that this is just a standard lead sealed battery. No, it's just a sealed one, no water. It's not a water kind of thing battery. Basically low maintenance, kind of thing like that. Funny thing is, my battery actually died yesterday, because I hadn't run the car for a week, and basically this car didn't get run a lot. You know, maybe only once, twice a week, if that, and then I left it sitting for a week. So the I'm guessing the alternator didn't run enough to charge the battery. So yeah, so yesterday I kind of started the car, and it was a weak start. The car did start, and I thought there might have been something wrong with the battery, and I put it in the garage here, and I put some pedals in, put some new sports pedals in, which I might show you later. And I was installing those pedals, and I had the radio on, put the iPod hooked into the stereo. I was playing a bit of music and everything, and then every time I tried to use something electronically, so the horn, the blinkers, the lights, the windscreen wipers. Even the brake, even when the car was on and I pushed the brake pedal in, the stereo cut out, and then eventually my subwoofer had cut out. So yeah, and then I tried to start the car and got this kind of, like, I heard the starter motor engage, but the it just wouldn't fire. So yeah, so you just got to make sure that your battery's in good nick. Try and keep these terminals, like the lead terminals here, clean. I should do mine pretty soon because they're looking a bit dirty, but I don't know, a bit lazy. Second thing you'd probably need to check is the oil. Hang on a second, I'll just get a towel. Second thing you'll need to check is the oil in your car. Oil obviously helps the engine run, it lubricates the engine, so that everything inside the engine block here is basically lubricated by oil, and that's what you need. Okay, so some cars are different. Like, they all have a motor oil, which is the red dipstick here, and they all have a transmission oil. I don't know what it is in different cars. With mine, it's the red one is the motor oil, and the yellow one is the transmission, the tranny oil. So to check your oil, all you do is you get your dipstick here, whichever one's a motor oil one, and you just pull her out. Careful not to drip it, and you give it a wipe on a towel. So basically it's clean, and as you can see there, that's clean now. And all you do is you put it back in that little tube that it came out of, and just put it back in, and then just pull it back out. And then you'll see, don't know if you can see that, those two dots there. So that dot up the top there is the full mark, and that dot down the bottom there is and below that is the empty mark. Anywhere between those two dots, so you can see mine's just a little bit over that first one. Anywhere over those two dots, it basically means you're all good. Now, oil you need to change probably depends on how much you drive the car. Mine was either, I think it was 50,000 kilometers, 50,000 kilometers or 30,000 miles for oil, or every 3 to 6 months. I don't know what you guys do, but mine's normally every 3 to 6 months. Now, what else is there? Oh yeah, I can't do the transmission oil yet because I've got to have the car running because of the transmission, because it needs to get time to warm up. So next thing, onto the coolant here. Now this is the coolant for the radiator. Just have standard radiator coolant in there, just from a store, an auto store. Now I don't know if you can see that in there. Probably could use a bit of light. See if that helps, but you can obviously see the coolant level there, and there's a mark somewhere along there. I don't know if that's it there, or it might be a bit lower, but that's the low coolant mark. I think it's down there. where that little plastic thing is down there. That's a low coolant mark. So what you need to do is you just need to top up the coolant every now and again, and all you do is you just get standard engine coolant, or like, I mean, in emergency you can use water, but water's not as good as coolant, and I think water might cause it to seize up a little bit, I'm not too sure, but yeah, so you basically need to keep filling your coolant up. Check that probably every, say, week or so. Every time you basically, every week, say middle of the week or every 2 weeks or something, just check your coolant, because you never know when you're going to run out and your radiator's going to overheat. That's why a lot of people, which is a good idea too, is they keep a spare thing of coolant in the back of their car, like I do. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Another thing you can check for is your fuse box. My fuse box is a bit different to modern cars, but this one's in here. Just check basically the fuses. Check that they're all good, like they're all in thing, and you can tell if there's a blown fuse, like it'll be a bit funny, like it'll look like it's got rust or something on it. So basically, if there's any fuses like that, just pull them out. Like this one's all good, but just pull them out and replace them, because fuses are pretty important in the car because they stop things from blowing over and overloading and everything like that. Now, what I'm going to do is just, oh yeah, the windscreen wipers too, sorry, I forgot about that. With your windscreen wipers, all you want to do is you want to just check that they're, if the rubber's in good condition. If the rubber's not in good condition, like mine's alright, I suppose, probably might get some new ones later, some new blades for it. But as long as the rubber's in good condition, then you're pretty much all good for that. I'd normally, yeah, just replace them when the rubber starts to wear down, or whenever you feel like you need to. What's the windscreen wiper fluid? Basically, you can either use special fluid for windscreen wipers or water. I use water, but mine's got a bit of a leak in there, and basically you fill it up full. You can fill it up fully, and it probably only lasts maybe a week or so, and it'll dribble out. So yeah, it's pretty good. Now, just inside the car now, basically what you've got to do with the transmission, this is the new pedals I put in too, they're just some carbon fibre sports pedals. But yeah, what you need to do is just turn on the car and just, and basically all you want to do is just take the transmission, whatever you drive, manual, automatic, shift stick, and basically what you do is, all you do is you just put your foot on the brake or whatever you use, so your park brake's on, so it doesn't really matter, but you basically just slide the transmission up and down, just put it into reverse, put it into neutral, drive, whatever, and basically if there's anything wrong with your transmission, then that should be basically what's called, like it should, like you'll see the problem, like, you know, if the transmission's a bit sticky, if it's like, I mean, I've seen an automatic car, one of my mates used to have a Mercedes, an old Mercedes 180E or 280E or something like that, and basically it was an automatic too, and I don't know how you fuck up the transmission on automatic, but you know, the transmission was seizing up and everything, so, and you had to like really actually force it to change gears, like actually force it into gear to change gears. So basically, instead of just going from park straight down to drive like that easy, he actually had to like really jam it in there, which is really bad, especially like, you know, for an automatic, because I don't know how that happens with an auto. Now the car's had a bit of a run, you can check the transmission fluid. Same thing, it's the same thing with the normal motor oil. You basically just pull it out, give it a good wipe off. Hang on a sec. Just pull it out, give it a good wipe off. And that's mine there. It's a black the dipstick's black on the end. Bit funny because motor oil's black as well. And you just put it back in, like so. Pull it back out, and you can see the oil mark there. It's dripping a bit. Shouldn't let that drip in the engine bay. But yeah, it's between those two marks, so it's all sweet. Now, if you want to put more motor, if you need more motor oil in, as I saw before, the dipstick, it was a bit like, you know, you can put, I could put more in if I wanted to, but I don't need to. Basically, what you do is you get your engine block here, and there's this little cap here. It's a bit tight, sorry, actually. There you go. And all you do is just unscrew that and pour your motor oil in there. Now, make sure you use a good quality motor oil in your car. Like, I mean, in a pinch, I suppose you could use that cheap shit you buy, but just make sure you use a good quality motor oil, because you don't want your engine, you know, you want to take the best care of your engine you can. Like my engine, it's an old engine, so I need to keep it protected. I use something like Caltex, or I don't know what American fuels use or British fuels use, but I use Caltex fuels. It basically just gives it a good like lubrication in the engine, and it really helps. It's a good oil. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm trying to do the best I can here, but yeah. So any questions, comments, or anything you want to leave down there, that's fine. That's all cool. And any questions you have, I can I'll try and answer them to the best of my abilities. So cheers guys, it's Cars and Stuff for YouTube, and I hope you guys have a good day.